I swear to God, the pollen is seeping into my brain at this point.
Hey there, Alley Cats! Today I'm going to tell you guys a story that I've been putting off telling for a long time, for a variety of reasons, largely because this was during a very difficult time in my life, so it's not really something I like talking about. And also because, due to circumstances, there's a lot about the situation that still confuses me, and I don't quite understand how and why it happened. This story starts way back in 2015. Most of my old subscribers know that at this time when I was still a moderator on Hypixel, I was very sick. I don't want to go into too much detail about that because I've talked about it plenty on my channel enough times already, and it's not exactly the point of this story, so I'd rather not get hung up on that. Anyways, so towards the end of the year, I was scheduled to be in the hospital for what was meant to be a short time, but due to complications, I ended up staying several months. The Wi-Fi at the hospital was quite unreliable and never really worked, so I had to use my phone's data in order to be online on my cell phone pretty much the entire time. Thank God I didn't pay the phone bill, and my mom was very understanding. Of course, I couldn't really be on the server, but I was often on the forums, moderating and just interacting with other people who weren't hospital staff or family. All things considered, I guess it could have been a lot worse. But because my health wasn't so great, and I like to often plan ahead for any possible outcome, I'd made arrangements if the worst case scenario were to occur. Part of that included recruiting someone from my personal life and giving them instructions on what to do and who to contact if something unfortunate happened. And I was under the impression that I could trust this person and everything would be taken care of properly, and boy was I way off on that. So there I was, in the hospital for several months with just my cell phone as my only means of contact to the outside world, but eventually a problem arose in the form of my very old and damaged phone charger. I'd had this thing for years, and even before I went to the hospital, part of the plastic casing on the cable was worn off, the wiring was exposed, but it was the only one I had, and for some reason, I was very stupid and never bought a backup charger, which I absolutely should have. Always have a backup charger for your phone. Unsurprisingly, all it took was one accidental hard yank on the cord and the charger stopped working, and once my phone's battery depleted, I had no way to contact anyone. So I made sure to alert as many people as I could before my phone died and just focused on what I needed to. Eventually, I was cleared to go home in late March, making sure to pick up a new charger on the way, and as soon as I plugged in my phone and it turned back on, it nearly exploded with notifications and buzzed so much that it vibrated straight off the edge of the table. I had text messages, voicemails, Twitter and Skype notifications, all because at some point everyone thought I had died. It was absolutely crazy, and at first it really sucked because no one believed it was actually me. I had just gotten home and had to prove to everyone online that I was still alive. Like, fuck. I had to voice chat on Skype with all the head admins to prove it was really me and try to explain what happened. Since because of all the false information that had gone around, they believed I was dead too. They even made an announcement thread and posted it on the forums to tell everyone I had passed away. So of course, it didn't look very good when then I suddenly come back, since apparently they didn't verify that the information they were given was true. I frantically talked with people to figure out what the hell happened, and apparently the person I trusted to inform everyone if something happened had done so prematurely. I asked why they would do that and what made them think that I was dead, and they sort of played it off and said they had misunderstood something my dad said and took it to mean that I had died. Since they were house sitting because my dad was out of town for work for a while when I was in the hospital, and my dad would occasionally call to be sure everything was going well, but that didn't make any sense. And whenever I tried pressing for more details, they were very vague and never gave a solid explanation and just apologized for the misunderstanding. And to be honest, I don't know if they had malicious intentions and purposefully gave false information. This person has not been a part of my life for years now, and we haven't spoken in forever, partially because of this incident, but also due to other things going on at the time. But I really wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I was so angry, both both at this individual for causing this and for myself for not taking proper precautions and apparently trusting the wrong person. And even though it was a complete accident and the perfect storm of everything going wrong to allow this to happen, I felt so guilty for putting my friends and everyone else through this. Everyone I was close to had been told I died. I'd recorded personal goodbye messages for several people that were sent out, and they were grieving when suddenly I come back alive and well. That was the absolute worst part about everything that happened, how it so badly affected other people who didn't do anything wrong and were only wrapped up in this because they cared about me. It was so hard to deal with, and I hated myself because I felt responsible. I really believed it was my fault. It really affected me mentally, and it made it even more difficult having to adjust to life back home. And to make it even worse, just a short time later, I was demoted from the staff team after one of the staff managers lied about warnings I was never given and also lied about policies that never existed. That whole year in general was just horrible until the end, but I'd like to think that if it wasn't for all the terrible experiences we've dealt with in life, then we wouldn't be the people we are today. And you know, I'm glad I powered through it because later that year I met Ben, my current boyfriend, and this year we'll be celebrating our 3rd year together. And I hope I never have to deal with anything like this again, and now I can just move past it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know there were a lot of people who were waiting for this story because at the time it was a very crazy situation. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. Don't forget, I will be posting a brand new Movie Monday later today, so check that out if you'd like. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye!